Hi everybody, this is Sheila. Welcome back to the Crochet Nurse channel. Today I'd like to talk about the Mary Maxim Crochet Kit of the Month for the month of November. And this one is the one where we got 2 hats and a scarf that came in the kit and the yarn to complete them. I had a couple questions specifically about the beanie hat in relation to, where is the 3rd loop and then how to complete that process on round 1 of the where this beanie, where it starts right here. And so we're going to talk about that. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So when we got this back in November, we got the scarf and the 2 hats, and last month I showed you that I actually already created these guys and sent them off. But as I said, I had a question about this, and I think for this piece of the pattern where it is beanie hat, band, round 1 is where I'm at, and I believe it's that part of the instruction that is a little bit confusing because it's talking about working into the 3rd loop, and if somebody is not familiar what a 3rd loop is, it kind of gets confusing. So to understand what a 3rd loop is, first I have to talk about the construction of the 3rd loop. So 3rd loops are made when we actually yarn over. So by that I mean this swatch that's in front of you is rows of half double crochets, which mean we yarn over and we create the half double crochet. So single crochet will not have a yarn over, so therefore you would not have a 3rd loop on single crochet. Only half double crochet, double crochets where you'd have the loop. So let me show you what it is. So on this, these are half double crochets. We already know that this V that's on top is typically where we would go into to crochet. This is going to be, because this is my front facing. This is going to be my front loop here. This one here is my back loop right there. And if I turn it just a little bit, front loop, back loop, I'm going to see a bar right there. That is the 3rd loop. And typically what they mean, you can crochet in the back 3rd loop or the front 3rd loop, but we're doing this on the back for this particular pattern. So here's the front loop, the back loop, and then this is the 3rd loop, and it is just right there. Right there's the bar. So let's complete that row, or what they're talking about there in band round 1. So they want us to do 2 half double crochets. There we go. 2 half double crochets, and then the single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and then next is what they're asking is to slip stitch in the back loop and 3rd loop. So I'm going to turn it a little bit so I can see. So I know this is my back loop. There's my front, there's my back, right there. And then I want to get down there and I want to get my bar. And there's my bar. You see my hooks underneath the bar there. I've grabbed the bar. And then after that, I'm going to treat it like a standard slip stitch because that's what the pattern is calling for. And there it is. And that's how you would do that. And then it goes on from that and says this is the new starting point. What that means, if you wanted to stick a stitch marker in here after you chain up 2, that's what it means. We're just using this as a starting point so that way your rows are going to make sense. So I'm going to chain up 2, which is what's next in the pattern, and this counts as your first stitch throughout. And then working in the back loop and 3rd loop, I'm going to do half double crochets. Well, now you know what it is, so I'm going to yarn over. And for me, I like to turn my work so it's facing me so I can see. So I'm going to turn it, and I'm working in this stitch right here now. Front loop, back. Here's my front loop, back loop. So I'm going to go into my back loop. And right below it, you can see that bar, it's kind of poking out. I'm going to go grab that bar, and then I'm going to treat it like a half double crochet. Come through, and then through. I'm going to do the same thing, yarn over, and you see how I keep turning it? And this is just the way that I do it, because that way I can see that bar when I pull it through. All you're doing is just going through a different spot, and I'll show you in a second what it looks like. Yarn over, back loop, There's that bar again, grabbing it, pulling it through, pulling it through. Now I've done 2 or 3 of them, right? It doesn't look like I've done much, but you turn it around and look what it does. And that, let me get my hook out of the way. So it's pushing those stitches out, and it gives it a nice definition. So that's the point of actually working the back loop and the third loop together, is because it'll push those stitches out. And as you go around, it's going to push those stitches out. And so you're going to do that for, back at the pattern, 2, 3, 4 rounds. So the other part that I got a question about was actually the crab stitch. And so let me show you, for those who are wondering how to do that, let's talk about that for a second. And basically the crab stitch is basically a reverse single crochet is what it is. That's actually what it is. Let's go across a little bit so we can get some space in there. But if you think about the crab stitch, it's basically a reverse single crochet. So if I get along here, move along, yada yada yada, and now I want to reverse. And so this is what it's going to be. To do a crab stitch, you want to think in reverse. You want to go in, your hook's going to go in, underneath, and you're going to grab the yarn, pull up and twist, yarn over, and pull it through. And that's really what it is. It's a single crochet in the opposite. Going in, pull it up, it has a little twist on it, and pull it through. And you see it creates that nice kind of a bumpy stitch there. So going in, and I'm going, instead of left to right, I'm going right. Left, I am going left to right. You tell I'm left-handed. And pull it out. And it does feel funny because I'm going the opposite direction. Pull it up. When I pull it up, you can see I'm twisting my hook, yarn it over, and pulling it through. And what it does is it creates that band. But if you think about it as all the mechanics are the same for a single crochet, the difference is you're just going backward and sticking it here instead of here. That's the only difference. Pull up, there. And that's what the reverse crab stitch would look like. All right, y'all. What I will do is I'll pop in the video for the Mary Maxim November unboxing so you can get a look at that. But that is what it looks like. I hope this was helpful for everybody, and I hope y'all have a fantastic day. I will chat with you next time. Bye.